I'm Greg Cummings, the CEO of Power100, and we are here in Biloxi, Mississippi for one thing. We are going to follow Caleb Nelson, the CEO of Destination Motivation, as he speaks to the audience, talks to dealers, interacts with EcoView Corporate, because he's one of the key partners that keeps this industry going, and he's ranked number 2 on our top 15. So stick around, and we'll show you a little bit about Caleb. As always, power up. You also just recently signed up to use Destination Motivation, is that correct?
Yeah, big help for the company. The biggest takeaway that we see is retaining business. It's just a great value add for the customer.
Caleb has a really great product. We've used him for years. The product he has really does help close rates go up.
People don't have to make a decision between getting windows that they need or going on a vacation that they were planning on going on, but now they couldn't.
Yeah.
Caleb offers an opportunity for people not to make a decision on that.
Okay, I just grabbed Caleb here. We are in, where are we? Biloxi, Mississippi. I already said that
Never
once.
been, by the way. First time.
Me too. So that's exciting. We're at the EcoView Dealer Summit. They've asked you to come in and talk.
That's right.
What are you going to talk about today?
First of all, it's an honor to be here. They called me end of last year. They said, hey, we have big plans for Destination Motivation this year, 2025. We want every single dealer using your program. We know that they're going to be facing a lot of challenges. And we know that Destination Motivation is going to be a solution.
What are the challenges that they're
Leads
voicing?
are harder to get. Sales are harder to close. It is getting so insanely competitive out there. The cancellations are going up. So our program really solves a lot of those challenges that these dealers are facing. So we're going to be speaking about those today. We're going to be sharing solutions, and we're getting every single dealer on here on board with Destination Motivation.
That's awesome, because I have spoke to companies that are using you in the $200 million range, okay? Large organizations that are very successful. And they are crediting you to double-digit improvements in cancellation improvements, as well as closing percentages and things like that. I'm excited to hear you talk. I know you just got here. Thanks for taking a quick second to stop. I'll let you get up there. We'll meet up with you a little bit later.
Sounds great.
All right, Caleb.
All right.
As always, guys, we got to do it. Power up.
You know, we work with 23 out of the top 30 contractors on the qualified remodel list. Although I should now say we work with 24 out of the top 32. It's proud to be in the top 50 on a list like that, because there's a lot of great companies on that list. Those companies are doing one thing consistent, and that's leveraging the Destination Motivation program to really do a few things. One, differentiate from competitive bids. This industry has gotten insanely competitive. We all know that. There's national organizations going into every little city. There's, little Chuck in the trucks that are now, growing and expanding and evolving, and it has just gotten so insanely competitive. And so to differentiate above and beyond just the product you sell is mission critical, especially this year. Also urgency. I know Brian brought that up, urgency earlier. It's incredibly important to leverage urgency in the sales process. Corey mentioned eliminating cancellations. When your salespeople push hard, you should have a cancellation rate. The good news is, with the Destination Motivation program, you can eliminate that cancel rate. And so all the top companies that use us, they're seeing double-digit reductions in their cancel rates consistently across the board. That's because we tap into the emotional side of the purchase. We're adding significant more value to the purchase. We're creating this ultimate customer experience for the homeowner, and we're eliminating that buyer's remorse. That equals less cancellations, practically to zero. We also create a much more fun and exciting selling environment, not just for the salesperson, but for the homeowner, because now they have something to talk about that's above and beyond the purchase of windows and how cool the lock is and this mechanism and this gadget and this gizmo. Who doesn't love talking about a vacation that they just went on or something that they have planned? I mean, you get goosebumps. It is like peak emotion, right? We also can help create some upsell opportunities. I had some conversations last night with some of the successful dealers here, and we were talking about how to get that average deal size up. Yes, it's selling on value and not price, But also, if you can add a higher perceived value incentive that doesn't cut into your margins, now you're creating a spread there. You're creating a much higher NSLI. And that allows you to discount less. Our program is used in the industry not as a Hail Mary sort of last dish effort, but as the lead incentive. So I want everybody to remember that. Next slide, please. So we've done a trial run with one of the dealers here, and we actually got a testimonial from one of their homeowners. And I just wanted to share this because I think this gives you some insight onto how powerful this program is and can be for your sales. And I'll just read it real quick. I've been thinking about replacing my original old windows from 1988 when, to my surprise, a friendly gentleman came from EcoView Windows and Doors, stopped by to let me know about their expert services. Sounds like a canvasser. Their sales rep, Jason, arrived right on time and did a fantastic job with this presentation. He provided excellent information about their Windows performance and design, making it clear that EcoView offers top-notch products. As if that wasn't enough, Jason offered me a complimentary vacation voucher. This added so much more value to the project and ended the consultation on a very happy note. I love both beaches and mountains, and the condo option offers so many convenient destinations. It's perfect. I feel incredibly lucky to have met EcoView and can't wait to share my positive experiences with others. Did it sound like Charles here had a positive experience?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it sound like he's probably gonna go talk to his neighbors about this positive experience? So he's not only gonna tell them about how cool EcoView is and how they need to get their windows done by them, but he's probably gonna tell them that he's going on vacation too, right? Next slide, please. So I just wanna walk you through, and then we'll kind of open it up to Q&A, but I just wanna walk you through kind of the process in the sales process and sort of how our system works from beginning to end in the sales process. And it all starts with step one. And this mirrors an accent, sort of as an accent, your existing sales process, right? So step one is just to ask some questions, right? And this helps normalize it when you do bring it up. But it also helps personalize it. And if you can personalize it, then you're tugging on emotional heartstrings, right? So you could ask, hey folks, do you have anything excited or that you're planning this year? Are we celebrating anything this year? 9 times out of 10, somebody's celebrating a big anniversary, kids are graduating college, daughter's getting married, something's going on. Something's going on every year, right? This year's my dad's 80th birthday. We're thinking about taking him somewhere. So if somebody came and asked me that, that's what would pop up. And so you ask these questions, you bank that information, then fast forward before or after pricing. Now it's story time. And we know in sales that stories help sell. They paint a picture, right? And you can bring it up. Hey, you know, at EcoView, we're the 32nd largest home improvement company in the country. And our corporate office has given us a handful of vacation vouchers that we actually get to give to the next few qualified customers. So you're actually picking a great time to be looking at replacing these windows. You know, then you can bring up some of the reasons as to why they need new windows and say, well, it looks like your project's going to qualify. So remember earlier when you mentioned that your daughter was getting married and you guys had to fork out some coin for the honeymoon? Remember when you guys were you said you were going to celebrate your 35th anniversary this week and you were looking to go to Paris? Well, I've got good news for you. I think today we're going to make that happen. And so you could really tie into that emotional side of things to where that couple is sitting there. And maybe you have a one-legger and you're going to turn that one-legger into a hero with the other one, right? But if you have that couple sitting there, I mean, that wife's going to elbow the husband in the ribs and say, honey, we're going on that cruise. Or you're taking me to Paris, you promised. So I guarantee you those folks are buying windows that day.
Okay, we just saw Caleb talk Steve. Thanks for taking a second. You're taking some notes, but you also just recently signed up to use Destination Motivation. Is that correct?
Yeah, big help for the company overall in terms of what we do, what we can present to the customer. So the biggest takeaway that we see is retaining business. So obviously we're in a business cancellation rate could hover 5 to 10%. This is going to bring you on down to a 2 or 3% mark. It's just a great value add for the customer. You know, everybody wants to go on a vacation, but we never wanted to stop them from being able to make a purchase with us.
Yeah, after seeing Caleb talk, what resonated the most? Maybe that you're using now or that you didn't realize that you could do? What's the feature of destination motivation that you're most excited about in the future?
Yeah, being able to present that value to the client of something they want to do, because everybody wants to be able to beautify their home or add value to it, but we can also add value in terms of what they're able to do outside of the home. And the biggest thing from a review side for us is we want the customers to have a great experience. People don't remember what you say, it's how you make them feel. And this being able just to add another layer to that.
That's awesome, man. Well, I look forward to following y'all's success. For those people that don't know, can you tell us about pre-destination motivation and post-destination motivation? Like, what has that done for your sales numbers?
Yeah. So the biggest thing is being able to close. Obviously, you're adding to that because we can present another layer beyond just the windows. It's something they can take outside of the home. So your sales numbers are going to obviously increase with that. You know, you could take a 10, 15, 20% bump in closing, and then the retention side of the business. You know, obviously they're making a big purchase. People sometimes get that remorse. This is just taking that away completely. We've seen it drop, you know, from a 8% cancel, you're down to a 2 or 3.
And what's your monthly revenue, just to give the viewers an idea of?
Yeah, so net profit, we're sitting about 1.3 million a month.
1.3 million a month. That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Look forward to your continued success.
All right, God bless. Thank you.
I am here with Michael, the COO of EcoView. Can you talk to us? We just heard Caleb talk. Can you talk to us a little bit about why he's here and why you invited him to talk to your dealers?
Well, as Woody said, you know, it's the things that his company does that enables our dealerships to sell more windows, to sell more products, and especially in terms of offering an extra value and to encourage a homeowner to buy, but also to stop that homeowner to not cancel a deal.
It definitely helps reassure. I look at their business, they're the number 2 strategic ranked partner on our list for good reason. Because they help in the closing of it, adding value. They help in the retention of it. They also help in the value of it, meaning the margin in the deal is there. Because you're not talking about price at the end, you're talking about a vacation, right?
Exactly.
What stands out to you the most as the biggest benefit as the bell rings?
Right. Well, I think what you said is the fact that people don't have to make a decision between getting windows that they need or going on a vacation that they were planning on going on, but now they couldn't. Yeah. Caleb offers an opportunity for people not to make a decision on that. They can have both.
Okay, we have Charles here. Charles, talk to me a little bit. We just saw Caleb speak. The audience loved him. They were very engaged with what he has to offer the group. Ultimately, from your perspective, why'd you guys bring him here? Why is he a part of the EcoView preferred vendors?
Well, Caleb has a really great product. You know, we've used him for years in the past company I worked for, and it really, the product he has really does help close rates go up. I mean, every place that I've worked for that used his product, close rates went up. It's the vacations that they offer are tremendous for closing, and also tremendous for the customers that we have, because the customers sometimes maybe will do a home improvement instead of their vacation they may have planned, but now they can actually have both. So that's one of the great things about the product that he offers.
Yeah, it is. And I think the tie between the two is we don't have competitors, right? Like that should be every company's motto is we separate ourselves so much that we don't have any competitors, but we do compete against the pocketbook, right? There's only so much money. But from your perspective, you've used him for a number of years in a past life and then now, what do you think is the biggest benefit for the company that's using him, like EcoView? So is it the closing rate? Is it the margin pickup? Is it the cancellation? What do you think is the biggest pickup?
I think it's the close rate and the cancellation, because when you walk out of a home offering that product and saying, not only going to get you windows, we're going to give you a vacation, well, why would they cancel? You know, because I'm going to get the best of both worlds. I'm going to get a product that's going to save me money, that's going to beautify my home, and I get to go to whatever destination I plan on going, Hawaii, Savannah, Georgia, or even where I'm from, New Orleans.
Right. So what are you most excited about in 2025 for all the dealers that are here and a part of your network?
I'm most excited to know that we can actually offer a product that's going to benefit a customer, make a customer happy, and then button down a sale and reduce cancellations by giving people a trip to pretty much wherever they want to go.
How much, now maybe behind the scenes a little bit here, final question for you, Charles. How much of the behind the scenes, when you guys were budgeting, planning what your numbers are looking to do, you're looking to do over 100 million this year. How much of that was factored into pickups that might be or assumed to be a credit to Destination Motivation?
Well, probably more than 10% of that of 100 million, because you got to think that typically a company will have anywhere from about 7 to 10% cancellation rate. So if you take that out of the equation, you just brought yourself right to that $100 million mark.
And some people might be like, well, I don't know if I believe it. That's a huge number from 100 million, 10%. But you are not the first person that I've interviewed that says that their company is projecting at least 10% of a pickup because of implementing Destination Motivation. And these are large companies, $100, $200 million companies. So I appreciate you, Charles, for taking the time, brother.
No problem, man. I appreciate it as well.
James, first of all, brother, beautiful summit. Thank you for having us join. What do you think? How do you think it's gone so far?
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, everyone's excited and just got through eating a big meal, but a lot of good speakers here. We're really excited about this year.
Speaking of good speakers, let's talk about one in particular, Caleb Nelson and Destination Motivation. Why do you bring him in? It's a newer relationship. What are you hoping to get out of it?
Well, Caleb has, I've known him for several years. We met years ago. We talked about the program, and I really didn't realize the value of it until we experienced it. But, Michael really caught on. Michael's our COO, and, he was really impressed with it. So he got me to listen one more time. And the more references that he gave, and we started checking it out and then using it, it's almost, our customers they feel great about buying windows and owning windows. They feel like they won the lottery. They're so happy. The cost of it, the value is crazy. We could even get higher prices. We have lower cancellations. It's a good program. And Caleb, he's persistent, but he's patient. So, he's accessible, and we're always able to reach out to him for help, and they've been very helpful.
They take a lot of pride in doing more than just a vacation voucher, right? Whether it's your cancellations or your closing percentages, or at the end of the day, you're increasing margin as well, because
Yes.
At the end of the meeting, you're not talking about the last 500, 600 bucks that you have left to give, right? You're talking about a vacation. You're changing and controlling the narrative. How much of an impact, when you were budgeting for 2025, knowing that your dealers were going to be implementing with Caleb, how much more were you maybe budgeting that you wouldn't have without the relationship?
Quite a bit, because the test that we did a pilot, 2 locations, and the average ticket price went up like 28%. It's crazy good. And so budgeting with the same group of people on the same group of homeowners, or number of homeowners, we automatically are going to get a higher ticket price. So, and what they've done at Destination is they actually brought in a professional, Corey, that has done in-home sales for a very sought-after company. He's very good at it. And he actually conducts the training one-on-one with our people.
All right, Caleb, congratulations, man. You had unbelievable response in there.
Yeah.
I noticed not only engagement after you're speaking, but they were coming up to your booth, talking to you. When I say they, I mean the dealers.
Yeah.
What stands out to you most about the dealers before you go?
Well, it always starts at the top, that top-down leadership. And you've got, the EcoView leadership, James, Michael, who, made a statement, which was, we want Destination Motivation in our dealer network. We want it in our sales process. And the dealers, once they got a really good understanding about the problems that Destination Motivation could solve, were wildly interested in getting this adopted yesterday.
Yeah, we spoke to several dealers that have given you significant credit for the growth, even in just 1 year.
Yeah.
And they're doing over $1 million a month. Just the one dealer is. Where do you see EcoView in the future? Because they seem like a very locked in group as far as onboarding, growing, new markets, expansion. They're bringing on really vetted partners like yourself and the other guys that were in the room. But where do you see EcoView as a whole in 2025?
Look, they're serious about growth. They're number 32 on the top 500 list right now. But I think that they're going to grow on that list big time. And it's exciting to see what they're going to do.
It is. We're excited to be a part of it as well. I see your car's waiting. I'll let you get to it,
Thanks,
brother.
Greg.
I'll see you next time. All
All
right? And as always, power up.